I'm now joined by Uriah Hall. Uriah Hall is coming off of his first UFC victory over UFC veteran Chris Leben. Uriah, thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Congratulations on getting your first UFC victory over a tough opponent Chris Leben.
Thank you.
Let's talk a little bit about the build up to the fight and then obviously talk through the fight. I mean, you'd come into the UFC with a lot of hype after a brilliant showing on the Ultimate Fighter, and then you've gone back-to-back losses. Did you feel any extra pressure going into that fight with Chris Leben?
No, not really. I was in the right place at the right time, and sometimes you need to have those losses to appreciate the win. So it was right where it needed to be.
There'd been a little bit of like Dana White had been quite vocal about you and had said that he felt that you were too much of a nice guy. Did stuff like that bother you, or did you just ignore comments like that?
It did some good. It made me reestablish myself as a fighter and where I should be and where I'm going, and I ended up focused on what was important, which was going back to my roots as a martial arts background. So it did something good.
Now, I mean, obviously you were going in facing Chris Leben. Chris Leben's known for being very tough, very durable. He's been around the UFC for a long, long time. So what were your views on fighting him?
What was the game plan?
No, sorry, what were your views on facing him?
To be smart, to move and hit. A guy like that would like to come forward and bang. So it's just planning ahead and being more strategic and looking for opening, which is what I'm really good at. And looking for timing and just taking someone out of their element. So that was the game plan.
Now, you caught him with a really clean punch towards the end of the first round, of course, and he looked like he went out and then he come back, which we've seen him do many a times, and then that was the end of the round. Were you surprised when he didn't come out for round two?
I was surprised. I didn't see that coming. But I guess I hit him with a really good shot that he felt my power and he didn't want, any more of it. But I respect the guy. And I'm actually looking forward to even one of these days train with him. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, he is a good guy, and he's done a hell of a lot. What were your views on when he announced that he was going to be retiring? What were your thoughts on that, knowing that you were the last guy that he faced?
Nothing really. If he knows himself, he knows his body, and he's done a lot for the sport. He's one of the true veterans. So if he felt like it was time for him to hang up the gloves, then I guess this is time.
Now, how were you feeling after the fight? Was there any knocks, any injuries, and when would you like to get back in and compete again?
I would like to get back in as soon as possible. I have some stuff I'm taking care of, but I felt pretty good. I wanted to go a little more, but in the sport, you never know what's going to happen. So it's just taking what you can get out of it and just looking to move forward.
Have you got any ideas on who you'd like to face, and is there anyone from the tough cast that you'd like to face?
I'm not going to discuss anything like that. I know the media like to hype stuff up like that. I had a couple of arguments with a bunch of media people because, I'll say one thing and they twist it around. So I stay away from that. And whoever they put in front of me, I'm just going to fight them. So I'll leave it to them.
That's fair enough. Well, Uriah, I really appreciate you giving me your time today. It's been a pleasure to have you on and have a talk about the fight with Chris Leben.
No problem.
And before we let you go, do you want a chance to do any shout-outs? Want to shout out any friends, family, sponsors, and let people know about your Facebook and your Twitter?
I just want to thank my family and my friends for always being there for me and sticking up. And that's pretty much it. Fans, of course.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you back in the octagon again.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Uriah. Bye.
Bye-bye.